Homer raised a hammer and destroyed the kitchen furniture. The hammer accidentally touched a live wire, causing Homer to be flung onto the refrigerator. Homer, dissatisfied, tried again.
Maybe you should turn off the power.
When Marge opened the cupboard, the door broke. When she opened the drawer, all the utensils fell out. And when she opened the fridge, her clothes even tore.
I knew we wouldn't live in luxury.
And I kept that vow.
Marge thought the furniture was too old, so Homer decided to renovate the kitchen himself. Marge thought they should hire a professional contractor, but Homer, wanting to save money, chose to do it himself. While tearing down the kitchen ceiling, a pile of adult magazines fell out. Marge wanted to throw them away, but Homer insisted that he only liked reading the articles inside.
I'm not wearing any clothes, so why don't I just splay myself on a pool table?
So Marge cut out the women in the magazines and returned them to him. When Homer opened the magazines, he completely broke down and threw them into the trash.
What man would want you now?
The discarded magazines were picked up by Milhouse and Bart. Bart, after looking at the cutout pages, didn't understand why adults liked such things. Milhouse even fell in love with one of the women in the magazine, thinking she was a beautiful adult.
Grown-ups in this magazine are pretty cool. I could make the treehouse look like this. Then we could have orgies, whatever they are.
The two of them were jumping around in the treehouse while Homer was busy applying plaster to the kitchen ceiling.
I think you used too much plaster.
Oh, now you tell me.
I never stopped telling you.
So that's what that white noise was.
Marge felt Homer was too unreliable, so she called a contractor. As Marge signed the contract with the man, Homer hid behind a tree and ambushed the contractor.
Get this, kisser.
I'm gay, but I have a subcontractor that does that sort of thing for me.
I like little kiss.
The man promised they'd have a new kitchen in 3 weeks, but it wasn't until 2 years later that Marge finally got a beautiful new kitchen. Homer was heartbroken because the kitchen cost him $100,000.
I was thinking of chicken wings.
Those are good too.
At a church dinner, Marge's baked chicken wings were a huge hit. Everyone cheered for her food. Marge believed it was all thanks to Homer and hoped everyone would cheer for him too.
Never!
Flanders thought his chicken wings were the best, but after tasting Marge's, he felt his own were terrible. So he recommended that Marge enter a baking competition.
To win, Oven Fresh Industries will make you the new face of anti-Oven Fresh.
Come on, Marge, it's either you or...
Apu also strongly suggested that Maggie should participate.
Or my new dream of ditching my family and sneaking back to India in disguise. Apu? Never heard of him. My name is Steve Barnes.
Bart and Milhouse were obsessed with learning how men dressed in the magazines. Just then, Marge called Bart over. She had made 3 different kinds of hot dogs and planned to enter the competition, so she invited her family to try them first. Marge's hot dogs were unanimously approved.
Bart, I don't want to freak you out, but I think I love you.
Her entry was accepted, while Ralph, on the other hand, was sadly rejected.
There, I think your grilled crayon sandwich was delicious.
You only had a pretend fight.
No, I'm eating it. Look.
The competition took place as scheduled. The other contestants asked what Marge was making, and Marge replied that she would be making sweet hot dogs.
Oh, that is so 90s. Why don't we all move to Seattle and use slow modems?
Marge first turned on the stove, then put on gloves. Her entire preparation went smoothly, but another contestant deliberately threw fish scales onto her work table, trying to sabotage Marge's entry.
You did it on purpose?
No, my English is not so good. I was, how do you say, ruining your food, so I win. Yes?
Even an old woman ran over to insult Marge and threw her wig into Marge's batter. Recently, Bart had become quite elegant, holding a cigarette in his mouth and inviting everyone to his party in the treehouse. Bart had decorated the treehouse beautifully, with lots of instruments for accompaniment. The kids attending his party were all dressed up nicely, but their parents complained to Homer, saying that Bart kept talking to their children about adult topics.